This is the College Fans NAIA Basketball Game of the Week.
And welcome to the Brecken Sports Center. We have the College Fans NAIA Game of the Week. Jan30 alongside Adam Mazer. As we get set, McKendree, number 7 in the country. They are on the road here to Park, where they'll take on the 24th ranked Park University Pirates. And despite McKendree being the higher rated team, Adam, right now the number 1 team in the conference is Park. They have that edge, 7-0 in conference play. McKendree is 5-0. This is a battle for the league's final unbeaten spot.
Well, it certainly is, and this is definitely shaping up to be a great game. Both teams can go inside and outside. Both teams rely on one person that's their leading scorer, but they can spread it around at any time. Both teams have guys that can take the game over. Got guys that have had game highs up there in that 20, 21, 22-point range that vary between about 5 guys on each team. But again, you're going to be relying on Eric Hobby tonight, and of course Herschel Rogers. We're going to be seeing a lot of them tonight. Whichever player comes out and has their better game, I think you're going to see that team come out on top.
Hobby, of course, for McKendree and Rogers for Park. We could see those two matched up against one another as well throughout this ball game. If they are, it's going to be a battle.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun, but why not take that challenge? If you're Rogers and you're Hobby, why not come out and say, you know what, this is an opportunity to come out against one of the best players in the conference, and if not the nation. And come out, you know, show what you're really made of, especially in a big game like this, an atmosphere that's going to be as loud as ever. Of course, this is a domed atmosphere. It was loud in the girls' game. Crowd's starting to really pile in now. This one's going to be fun.
Well, and you also got to talk about the coaching matchup for McKendree. Harry Statham, you talked to him at halftime of the women's game. He's one of the bigger coaching icons in all of basketball. He has over 1,000 wins. He has the most wins of any coach at a 4-year institution. He only trails Gene Bess, who is at Three Rivers Community College in Iowa, has more wins than him. There is Harry Statham on the right there. 44 seasons he has been the head coach and the athletic director at McKendree. And he's an icon for a reason.
Well, he certainly is an icon. And when you talk to him, it's just, you know, there's just so much knowledge that really comes out and really pours out. And he basically always goes out and you're like, you know what, I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for the players wanting to come here, learn, and, you know, they showed some athleticism as well. So I wouldn't be in the position of having over 1,000 wins as well. And, you know, he's very good friends with Gene Bess. If you're watching the girls' game as well at halftime, he mentioned Gene Bess, you know, it's just like, I want to see him keep competing. I asked him, I was like, hey, you know what, come on, you really want to go after that record? He's like, you know what, it doesn't matter. I'll reflect back on that maybe if I ever retire. But right now, we're here, we're in a competitive game, and you know every game counts, and this one's big.
On the other side, Jason Klein is the head coach for Park in his 5th season. He's done a fantastic job, now has Park ranked for the first time this season at number 24. If they could get a win here, there is Coach Klein. If they could get a win in this game, it would go a long ways for trying to get them a spot in downtown Kansas City come the middle of March.
Well, and it certainly will, and you know, you got to break down Park's schedule, especially over the last few years. They play a lot of D2 teams, and they play a lot of ranked teams. You know, you look at their old records, you know, 16 and 14s. You know, it doesn't look that great, but when you look at their competitive nature when it comes to their schedule, they're really set up to prepare for games like this, especially in conference play. So, you know, he does a fantastic job, and this year they're coming out playing extremely well. And like you said, they're ranked, they're on fire, and they're ready to, you know, take down a team like this.
Well, and you look at this matchup in this facility in the last 4 trips here, McKendree has not been able to win here at the Brecken Sports Center. They're trying to get that win today. If you're Park, you're the number 1 team in the conference with the lower rated team. Nationally, what's that do for you?
Well, I think what that does for you, it is a just complete motivational factor. You're playing in front of a home crowd, you know, it's coaches versus cancer, so you know there's going to be a lot of attention on this game as well. You're at home, you're going to have the crowd behind you, so why not come out, play your best? You know you're going to get a great effort out of them. Now we're just going to find out how they can shoot the basketball and play defense, because you know this is a McKendree team that can get up and down the floor.
McKendree is 16-5 overall on the season, number 7 in the country, 5-0 in the American Midwest Conference. Park is the conference leader right now with the 7-0 conference mark, 14-6 on the season. They are number 24. Stick around, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineup and the tip-off here in the top 25 matchup between the Park Pirates and the McKendree Bearcats. Tip-off is coming up next.
At a time when sports are heading in the wrong direction, the NAIA is changing the culture of sport. Through the Champions of Character program, with the support of Buffalo Funds, our college students are learning character traits that change behaviors and they're bringing the message to coaches, parents, and teams nationwide. Visit NAIA.org and learn how your team can become champions of character.
You know what I want? I want to go back to college to get the credits that I need to finish my degree. And then I can build a serious career and start the life that's important to me. That's what I want.
But what do you want for dinner?
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Contact us at Park University and get started today.
Your entree?
Lobster,
Of course.
How would you like to have your own online store for your group or organization? WebStores is the official outfitter for the College Fans Sports Network. Through a special program designed for college fans, you can offer your group's logo on t-shirts, caps, sweatshirts, bags, blankets, anything you want for your group. Just click the store tab at collegefans.com.
Number 22. We're back at the Brecken Sports Center. John there alongside Adam Mazer as we take a look at the starting lineups for both of these teams. First for the visiting McKendree Bearcats, number 7 in the country, 16-5 overall, 5-0 in the American Midwest Conference. Take a look at their starting lineups. They are led, of course, as Adam mentioned a little bit ago, by Eric Hobby. The junior averages 16 points a game and 6 rebounds a game. But watch the rest of this lineup. They are all good. Andy Wolf, 8 points a game, 9 points a game apiece for Kenny Dittmer and Sean Rockers, who will come off the bench. John Steppe, another guy who will come off of the bench for these McKendree Bearcat lineup. They go about 8 deep, sometimes 9 deep for their lineup. A lot of those guys will have an opportunity to make an impact here today.
Absolutely. You know, depth is very important in a game like this. Somebody's struggling, you're always going to have that extra person stepping up. McKendree has it. We'll see if Park can counteract it.
And for Park, the number 24 team in the country, 14-6 overall, 7-0 in the AMC. And we take a look at their starting lineups as they are led by Herschel Rogers, 16 points a game and 7 rebounds a game. He's the guy you said could take over a basketball game. He's a senior and a proven leader on this squad. Kyle Roush, another big asset, and Justin Hairston, 8 points a game. Also Terrell Dyer, whole bunch of guys. They are going to go very deep as well. They will go more deep than McKendree. You're going to see 10, 11, maybe even 12 guys out on the floor for Park, as their whole lineup averages anywhere from about 5 points a game all the way up to 16 points a game.
Well, when you break down Park, there's 2 people that two players you got to keep an eye on. That is Tyler Price and, of course, Justin Hairston. Those are 2 guys that have the ability to come out and take over this basketball game. They're going to need one of those 2 to come out, put up between 15 to 20 points. That will give Park the advantage. Like you said, they do have depth, but I think McKendree is the more athletic basketball team. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch and see the scheming between these 2 solid coaches as well.
And again, the head coaches, Jason Klein of Park University and Harry Statham of McKendree. As 2 teams out on the floor, we're expecting a fantastic game. Top 25 matchup, great conference clash. Hoping for a good one.
Absolutely. You know, Vince Landcamp, number 45 down there, you know, in high school, he was one heck of a wide receiver. How would you like to have him as your wide receiver? I believe that is Kyle Roush. Kyle Roush. Just a big guy out there, stands at 6'10". He is quite a guy, so, you know, he's a heck of an athlete if he can play wide receiver.
Roush and Detmer. Center court, McKendree, a chance to strike first. As Wolf sends it over to Detmer, and out of the inside in a wide open lane for Rashad May. 2 points on the board. 12 seconds into the contest, the Bearcats have the lead.
And you know, that was all set up by Eric Hobby as he came off and set a high pick and a wide open layup underneath. Good start here for McKendree.
Howard with the basketball. He'll work to Roush. Back to Howard. Eric Howard hands the ball off. Goal dang dang. As Dang working it around. Park trying to get the ball to the inside. Working around the perimeter. 5 to get a shot off. They go to the hole. Shot no good. Detmer the rebound.
You'll see a lot of this from Park. A lot of high-low working off a high pick.
Andy Wolf is trapped. Lost the basketball. Still loose. And it is kicked out of bounds by Park. as good effort diving for the basketball by Derek Howard. He kicks it out of bounds.
Well, that's great work by Park in transition defense. You both see it from Philip Garnett and Derek Howard immediately as soon as he crosses the half-court line. Trap him in the corner. Dangerous spot. I think McKendree will avoid doing that this time when they bring it up.
19:05 to play in the first half. 2-0 our score. McKendree with the lead. It's already getting physical. We expect a fantastic game. It could get physical. Eric Hobby with the basketball. He'll work it back to Andy Wolf.
I think there's going to be a very important factor early on with the way Park wants to come out and trap. Their rotation on defense is really going to open things up for McKendree if they can attack quickly off the dribble.
Detmer swinging it around. Shot clock violation. They didn't see it at all.
Well, and you can't communicate it all right now. You can see down here, Statham was really trying to get the attention of his guy's shot clock, but again, it's loud in this gym, so you're not able to communicate very well, and there you saw it, and that's going to be the advantage towards Park that we're going to see.
18:35 to play in the first half. 2-0 McKendree with the early lead. Roush with the basketball. They'll work to the inside. Big spin move. Shot too strong. Roush the offensive rebound. We're tied at 2.
And that's Roush just getting great position on Kenny Detmer. The shot went up, and just because it was an air ball, usually the air ball does benefit the offense. There it did. Great position by Roush to tie it up.
Wolf and the Bearcats. May trying to break the press, and they do so. Rashad May inside. Kenny Detmer with the left-handed lay-in. 4-2. McKendree with the lead.
Those are the holes you're going to see against this Park. About three-quarter press. They're going to really come out and press him, try and force the issue. They're going to give up some easy buckets. McKendree just can't turn the ball over in that situation.
Rogers hands the ball back off to Derek Howard. Over to Goldang Dang. Park will work around the perimeter. Rogers inside to Roush, and the ball just loose. Not a good pass from Rogers. Roush, I think, thought that one was tipped out.
Well, I think that's why Roush didn't really go for it, and that maybe have been a miscommunication there, but needless to say, not a good pass there by Rogers as Park trails here early.
Just 4-2 is our score. 17:30 to play in the first half. Detmer wide open. Add 2 more to Kenny Detmer, and a timeout taken by Jason Klein and the Park Pirates. We'll take a timeout with them. We're back in just a moment.
How would you like to have your own online store for your group or organization? Web Stores is the official outfitter for the College Fans Sports Network. Through a special program designed for college fans, you can offer your group's logo on t-shirts, caps, sweatshirts, bags, blankets, anything you want for your group. Just click the store tab at collegefans.com.
Come check out the College Fans van provided by the Prestige Traveler, quickly creating a crossover class of its own in automotive and recreational travel. See them online at theprestigetraveler.com.
An early timeout for Coach Klein of the Pirates, trying to get the guys settled as McKendree, the visiting team, now a 4-point advantage, 6-2. Pass to the inside, trying to cut the deficit. In and out, no good. It's halfway down the cylinder, pop back out for Justin Hairston.
Well, and that's a shot that you got to have going down here early on, especially here at home.
Rashad May throws the basketball away. It'll be Park basketball.
Now that's what Park wants to do. They really want to make you get a little bit quicker and get out of rhythm. And so far, Park, they've seen it, but their transition defense, we've seen Kyle Roush, he's been beat twice now on the inside, and he's going to have to avoid that, especially when you're pressing high.
3 minutes into the contest, they work into Rogers, back out to Deng. He wants to cut the deficit, no good. Offensive rebound, Rogers. Derek Howard with the basketball. 16:40 to play in the first half. 6-2, McKendree by 4. Rogers, shot fake. He'll work to the inside. Passed it at the last second. It's through the hands of Rogers and out of bounds.
Well, I tell you, Rogers did a great job. He was up and he had the ball. He wanted the shot. He noticed it wasn't there. Great job of looking off. And it looked as if Howard was ready to receive it, but he took his eye off it at the last second. Ball goes out of bounds. And again, Park just not very fluid offensively right now, and it's really starting to show.
Eric Hobby wanted a 2-pointer, no good. Ball batted around, out of bounds. Last touch by McKendree, and the Pirates catch a break. They'll get the basketball.
Well, you're not going to see Hobby miss too many of those, especially early on in the game when you're starting to get into a flow. If Park does not go down and start getting offensive flow, getting a few buckets here, they may find themselves down really early.
Here's Herschel Rogers with the basketball. Working around through Roush to Goldang Dang. To the inside, and Eric Hobby right over the top of Kyle Roush. And that's a lot of momentum for one guy as they go through there. You see bodies hit the deck and everybody holding their breath, hoping everyone comes out of that one all right.
Well, and especially when you hear something like that, and it sounds like elbows hitting the deck, especially when you jump on the back of somebody who's 6'10", it's a long ways to the ground. Luckily, everybody got up okay.
Long inbound pass, tipped by Rashad May. May fouled by Derek Howard.
Well, and that's about all Howard could do. As soon as he went up for the basketball, great work on the part of Rashad May going up, recognizing, it basically kind of baited him into that pass, goes up, tips it, wanted to go in for the dunk, but I think it's a smart foul by Howard, make him earn it at the line.
So Rashad May will go to the free throw line. He's a 45% foul shooter on the season.
That is one thing that I do notice about McKendree. If you look throughout their entire lineup, their best free throw shooter is a 74% free throw shooter on the season.
7-2 our score. May trying to extend to a 6-point lead, and he did it. 15:57 to play in the first half. It is 8-2.
Park really needs an answer. If you can't get this crowd into it, this building's not going to do you much good because acoustically, we've talked about it for the couple days that we've been here. It's tough to hear.
Dang for three. It's off the mark. Herschel Rogers, offensive rebound. Second chance for Park. Rogers to the inside is fouled, and he'll go to the line.
We're going to have to see a lot of that from Herschel Rogers, especially early on. Offensively, things aren't going your way. You're not getting the shots to go down. He's just going to have to really attack, take the game over, and try and carry your team until somebody else can get into the game.
It has been nearly 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 50 seconds since Park has scored in this game, and now a chance to add on to some points and try to cut into this lead. Rogers misses.
Not going to see that very often. He's one of the better free throw shooters out there tonight, an 80% free throw shooter on the season.
When you play in the big games and you want to win the big games against the good teams, you have to have your team leaders step up, and that's got to be Herschel Rogers.
Well, and it certainly does, and maybe he's starting to feel a little bit of the pressure here early on, knowing that maybe I have to do a little bit more as he knocks this second one down.
He does get the second one. It's a 5-point lead for McKendree. It's a couple of substitutions for Park. Terrell Dyer in. Also in Rico Anderson.
Again, it's going to be very key for Park as they want to continue to do this kind of a 2-1-2 press. Transition defense is going to be pretty much the word we're going to be talking about throughout the rest of this game.
Kenny Detmore, a backdoor pass, and he found Copeland for 2 points. 7-point lead for the Bearcats.
McKendree, you can definitely tell they are ready for this press, doing a great job, not doing too much dribbling, passing the ball, moving it so quickly. Park can't get back on defense quick enough, and they're getting a lot of easy buckets early on.
Kyle Roush and a foul as Rico Anderson hit the deck. And they get Carrington Pettiford for his first foul. That is the third foul on McKendree here in the first half. Through 5 minutes, it's been dominated by McKendree for the most part. They lead at 10-3. Kyle Roush to the inside. The right-handed hook, no good. Rebound, Brad Copeland.
You got everything you wanted there. Roush did a great job sealing inside. But again, the bunny's just not going, not getting the shots to fall early.
Eric Hobby wants 3 points. Off of the mark. Detmer bats away the basketball to Hobby, and a 3-pointer for Steppy, no good. Copeland saves it. Beautiful save pass, and a shot no good. Now Park finally away with the basketball. Here's Howard to the corner. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Offensive rebound. It's Rogers asking for a timeout. He got it. That is how you step up and lead a team, asking for a timeout when you must have the basketball, and Rogers did it. 14:28 to play in the first half. Timeout taken by Park. We'll take a timeout with them. We're back right after this.
How would you like to have your own online store for your group or organization? Web Stores is the official outfitter for the College Fans Sports Network. Through a special program designed for college fans, you can offer your group's logo on t-shirts, caps, sweatshirts, bags, blankets, anything you want for your group. Just click the store tab at collegefans.com.
From border to border and coast to coast, check out the College Fans NAIA Game of the Week and the mobile broadcast unit by Wells Cargo. With a Wells Cargo behind, you never look back. Wells Cargo, 800-348-7553.
Herschel Rogers called the timeout to keep possession of the basketball. We'll see if Park can capitalize out of the timeout. They trail by 7, 10-3, as Park has not scored a field goal in this game for 4 minutes. Rogers can't connect, and Brad Copeland the rebound.
You can't complain about the looks Park's getting right now. They are just unable to knock these shots down, and maybe that's just putting a little bit too much pressure on yourselves in a big game.
Here's Steppe, wheels it into Copeland. Back out Steppe, wide open for three, no good. Loose ball in the inside, bodies falling everywhere, and they're going to get a jump ball. As Herschel Rogers, they're trying to tell him to get off of the McKendree player that's buried. However, his arm was sucked in underneath, and he could not go anywhere.
Well, there wasn't anything you could really do there. And you can tell Park, you got to like their hustle. Their effort is really helping them defensively, but they are giving up a lot of offensive rebounds and a lot of easy buckets. Maybe they need to back off on the transition, knowing McKendree's not shooting the ball well from outside.
Park with the basketball, 10-3. The early McKendree lead. Roush passed to the inside. He was looking for Rogers. All he found was Kenny Detmer, and now a foul whistled on Derek Howard.
I think Kyle Roush is coming out. Head coach Jason Klein was not happy with that pass by Roush. Roush knows he's a little frustrated right now. Just maybe a little mental lapse there once again from Roush. That's about the third time we've caught him on that one. Maybe this is good. Sit him down, get him a chance to collect his thoughts, and then get him back in the game in a couple minutes. There's
a look at the head coach of Park, Jason Klein. His 5th season at this school. Steppe wheels it into Kenny Detmer, back to Steppe. Another three-point attempt for Steppe, no good. Copeland, third chance, no good. Third chance for the Bearcats, and it's a rebound for Park. Here's Rogers.
I don't know how long Park can really hold on. They're giving up way too many second chance opportunities. They're lucky to only be down by 7.
Finally, a field goal is going inside. Terrell Dyer with his first points of the game, and that is the first time Park has scored from the field since the 18:25 mark, and an offensive foul on Eric Hobby. Standing in his way was Herschel Rogers, and we talked about that matchup. This time, Rogers wins it.
And this time, Rogers knew there was nothing else he could do underneath. He was outside, so basically all he ended up doing was just go under, hoping to get the charge. Should have been a quick dish, but needless to say, Hobby didn't get rid of the basketball, so now all of a sudden it goes back. A little momentum building here for Park.
10-5 the score. Park a chance to cut into this 5-point deficit. 12:50 to play in the first half. As they'll work the ball around, Rico Anderson and back up top. Justin Hairston swings it around to Howard. Defense, a fine job right now by McKendree on the inside, as this floater is up and good for Terrell Dyer. Couple of buckets for him.
Well, that's Dyer just, basically taking the initiative. He'll attack, maybe gets a few of these teardrops to go, get things started here.
Kenny Detmer back the other way. 2 points for Kenny Detmer, and it's 12-7.
Oh, the Bearcats so smooth, especially once they break that press, knowing exactly where to go. They find the open spaces. Impressive.
Dyer feeling it, wanted a three-pointer, no good. And quickly the Bearcats down to the other end of the floor. Pettiford swings it over to Andy Wolf, back to Pettiford. Inside Kenny Detmer. McKendree looking for the open shot, and they found it. Wide open for three, but no good, and the Bearcats really struggling from the three-point line. They are 0 of 5 here in this game. Shot was good, but it was a foul before the shot. And this is whistled, I believe, on John Steppe. It's McKendree's 5th foul.
Well, maybe that'll come back to help Park. Maybe get to the free throw line a little bit more often, especially when those jump shots aren't falling for you. That's another place where you can garner a little bit more confidence.
That foul was indeed whistled on John Steppe, his first, the team's 5th. Tyler Price, newly checked into the game. He'll swing the ball out to Howard. 5-point lead for the Bearcats. Tyler Price into the game, and he's cut the deficit to 2.
That's a guy off the bench you got to keep an eye on. They called that play right off the inbound, and you knew exactly. He set his man up with a V-cut, cut right off the pick, top of the key, wide open. That's a big bucket for Park.
That'll get the crowd into it. The students begin the defensive chants. Here's Andy Wolf, strong to the inside. Steppy, another jumper. This time still no good. He has really struggled from the field.
Well, and this isn't something you normally see from Steppy, averaging just shy of 9 points a game. We'll see if he can get things going.
Copeland the rebound after Howard couldn't get the shot to go. Carrington Pettiford with the basketball. 10:40 to play in the first half. 12-10 McKendree. They once held a 10-2 lead. Nearly stolen away by Dyer, and the rebound, Herschel Rogers.
Well, and I like the idea there by Wolf, knowing the outside shot's not there.
Dyer blocked away, saved by Copeland. Tried to throw it down the other end and lead one of his guys. Great job by Park to get back. Hairston poked it back, and now Park trying to score. Loose basketball. It is McKendree coming away with the basketball. Sean Rockers with the rebound.
Herschel Rogers wanted a foul there. He's really frustrated here early on. I think that's key for McKendree. If you keep him frustrated, it will take him out of sync here.
Wide open on the inside, and 2-point on the lay-in for Andy Wolf.
McKendree offensively doing a great job moving away from the basketball. And right now it just seems Park is half a step slow. And now if McKendree can start knocking some of those shots down, they can only open this game up. I don't know how much more luck Park's going to have in them with McKendree missing jump shots.
Inside lay-in, Hairston for 2 points. Keeps it close, 14-12.
From that standpoint, you'd like to see Rockers do a little bit more underneath there to kind of keep him from utilizing that body and sealing him off.
The inside Steppy hammered hard, and it was a hard foul, and quickly there's a lot of pain on the floor as that's Hairston down. 9:21 to play in the first half, 14-12 our score. We'll take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
I've made a very big decision. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. I'm going back to school to finish my degree. Now, I might not be able to give you all my attention at times, because I'll have work to do. But at least I'll be able to do it here, at home. All I'm asking from you is that you respect my space.
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Call Park University. Get started today.
You are so cute.
At a time when sports are heading in the wrong direction, the NAIA is changing the culture of sport. Through the Champions of Character program, with the support of Buffalo Funds, our college students are learning character traits that change behaviors, and they're bringing the message to coaches, parents, and teams nationwide. Visit NAIA.org and learn how your team can become champions of character.
Come check out the College Fans Van provided by the Prestige Traveler, quickly creating a crossover class of its own in automotive and recreational travel. See them online at theprestigetraveler.com.
On out of the timeout, you see Justin Hairston, who's walking off the floor under his own power. That is good to see. What is not good to see is he was in a lot of pain when he went down.
Well, and you can hear him up here. Just, you don't like to see a player go down, and you know you can hear him screaming. You know he's in a lot of pain. Hopefully it's just one of those things, the knee catches your shin and it's just a bruise, but we'll have to see if we can't get an update on that and see if it's a shin, but they're also looking at his knee as well, so you can only hope for the best.
And he immediately grabbed a hold of that left knee when he went down on the floor, so we don't want to speculate, but just like you said, hope for the best, and nonetheless, Steppy connects on a free throw here. Back to, it's now a 3-point lead for McKendree. And I believe in to take the place of Hairston was Eduardo Quintero from Monterrey, Mexico.
Also into the game now, I believe, is number 11, Philip Garnett. He's also checked into the game for Park as well. I think this possession is very important for Park. Maybe look for Tyler Price coming off a pick again.
Loose ball, it'll go to Park. Strong to the inside and fouled as Fairley trying to get to the inside. He was working maybe to slam it down. He was hammered by 3 guys from McKendree, and the foul will work against Kenny Detmer.
Well, and a great work there. You got to like the aggressiveness. Go up strong, because if you go up strong, you know you got a good grip on that basketball. Somebody's going to have to either be a little bit stronger than you, or you're going to either get through them, or you're going to at least earn it from the charity stripe.
And in and out on the second free throw, 16-13, the scorer will stand. 9 minutes to play in the first half. Here's Andy Wolf to Detmer, quick backdoor pass. And Pettiford is fouled. He'll go to the line.
McKendree does a great job. You saw Detmer, he was down on the low block. He comes up midway through the paint to receive the pass, and then immediately coming off that back cut was Pettiford, and he just got just a half step ahead of his man and went up for the layup, got fouled, now he can earn it.
Shot no good. We talked about how loud it could get in this facility if everybody comes out and out to support this game here today. Was just informed a new season high attendance record, 813 in attendance here at the Brecken Sports Center, as the free throw is good. 8:55 to play in the first half.
You like to see that, you know, obviously recognizing Coaches versus Cancer donations at the door. So all the money that comes in through the door obviously goes to help with the research on cancer as well. So you like to see people coming out supporting their team, and a great cause.
And we'll have a lot more on that at the halftime coming up in about 8 minutes. And an offensive foul whistled against Park, as they are going to tag Philip Garnett with a foul.
Well, Garnett did not do a very good job of landing and setting his pick with both feet still. You got to be able to do that. And again, when you're starting to see a physical basketball game, they're going to start keeping an eye on all that contact. And there, he did not do a good job of setting his pick, and he gets called for the foul.
4-point lead for McKendree. They have led the entire basketball game. We did see an early tie, and then McKendree went on a run. Park got back into the game. And the Pirate defense needs to stand tall. McKendree of the basketball. May swings it around through Detmer. They'll find Pettiford. Now Andy Wolf. He's trying to work it inside. Shut down.
Now Detmer's got all kinds of a mismatch inside.
1 on the shot clock, and the shot is floated up at the last second. And a second shot clock violation of the game against McKendree.
Well, when McKendree's look good, they have looked really good offensively. But when they've looked bad, they just look confused, and that's what Park's defense can do, and that's another reason why Park is still in this game, only down by 4. But I do not know how McKendree didn't see Detmer inside. There was a couple different times when he had probably 6 inches on the guy guarding him, and they never got him the basketball inside.
Quintero with the basketball. As the ball goes out, it'll stay with Park. Terrell Dyer will inbound the basketball for the Pirates. 7:47 to play in the first half. 17-13 our score. Price will swing it around. They're back up to set up the offense with Philip Garnett. Garnett works to the inside, a turnaround jumper. In and out, Brad Copeland, yet another rebound. Brad Copeland has been dominant on the inside. That is his 7th rebound of this game.
Copeland's just a man that likes to crash the boards, does a great job boxing out, always finds himself in position.
3-point shot on the way. Consider that a pass as it found the hands of Andy Wolf, and Wolf is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
And that's one of those instances in the right place at the right time. Park did a great job boxing out, but when you get an air ball off a three-pointer, a lot of times it happened on Park's end. This time it happens for McKendree.
We have not had a field goal in this game for 2.5 minutes. The defenses on both ends of the floor are getting it done.
Well, they certainly are, and it's kind of a couple different styles. Park really likes to press you out, and then McKendree really collapse that middle, really try and force you to shoot from outside. But either way, both teams doing a great job defensively. And that is the one thing you can control in a game. When your offense isn't working well, defense is what you can control.
Second free throw is good. It's a 5-point lead for the Bearcats, 18-13. 7:10 to play in the first half. Dyer and company will walk the ball up the floor. Goal dang dang. Swing it around. Big spin move on the inside, and Copeland will commit the foul. What a nice job by Terrell Dyer, spinning to the inside, finding a lane. There was no choice for Copeland but to foul.
Dyer's showing a lot of confidence out on the floor, and when you have confidence, you can show off a lot of your athleticism. That spin move into the paint, well done, but you can tell McKendree's always got somebody there to help.
McKendree, a much larger lineup in height from top to bottom. Park, they have their big guys in Kyle Roush and a couple of others, but top to bottom, McKendree definitely the taller team.
Well, they certainly are, and it's shown early on because McKendree's getting a lot of second and third chance opportunities offensively. Here's as we see a turnover come up.
Dyer to the inside. He's blocked by Detmer. Goldang Dang comes up with a loose basketball and a foul whistled against McKendree.
Well, those are things Park's really going to have to do a great job of, as you saw it there. Getting a turnover, especially off a made free throw, catch McKendree off guard. And that's probably why they're pressing outside. You know, maybe we got the quicker guards. We'll be able to get our hands on some basketballs. But once we're in the paint, it's going to be very tough. Detmer again showing why he is very difficult to shoot over inside.
Three-point lead for the Bearcats, and Goldang Dang will try to cut into that lead with one more free throw.
Dang, the best free throw shooter out on the floor. He is an 85% free throw shooter on the year.
18-16. Steppe, tall pass to Pettiford, into Kenny Detmer. Back to Pettiford. John Steppe. He is at his best when he catches the ball slashing towards the basket with a turnaround jumper. Goldang Dang steals it away. Pass to Dyer, fouled. He'll go to the line, a chance to tie up this basketball game.
Again, that's just the quickness of Park. You could definitely tell they wanted to get the ball inside to Detmer. Detmer had a seal, but who was behind him? Well, it was Herschel Rogers showing the quickness, got around him. And when you got a little guy, it's a little tougher to seal. Got around, knocked the ball loose, and then Dang took it down the floor. Another chance at the line here for Dyer.
6:28 to play in the first half, 18-16. Make it 17 after the free throw. And a timeout on the floor. Coach Statham wants a quick timeout. We'll step aside as well. 6:28 to play when we come back after this.
You know what I want? I want to go back to college to get the credits that I need to finish my degree. And then I can build a serious career and start the life that's important to me. That's what I want.
But what do you want for dinner?
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Contact us at Park University and get started today.
Your entree?
Lobster,
Of course.
And you take a look at the sneakers being worn by the coaches, part of the Coaches versus Cancer initiative. All week, it's throughout all of college basketball. Part of what Jimmy Valvano started. And they continue to support it in all walks of college basketball. And a good effort again, but this time the break goes towards McKendree as Philip Garnett can't come away with the basketball.
And again, this Park pressure, they are doing a great job. McKendree's got to find a way to get the ball in the middle of the court as they do here. They can't keep letting that basketball get outside and it get dunked into a corner.
Defensive chance arise. We're in an 18-18 tie. Three-pointer on the way to break the tie. It is good for Pettiford.
And that's a big bucket, especially when you break that press. Again, Park trying to scramble.
An answer in and out, no good, as Dyer wanted it. Terrell Dyer's really been feeling it lately. Pettiford. We're inside 6 minutes to play in the first half. 21-18 our score. Inside to Kenny Detmer. Backing down defenders. Back out to Andy Wolf. Long shot. Detmer the rebound. Up strong, no good. Rebound Rogers. Rogers looking to push. He doesn't have numbers. He'll pull back, reset up the offense. Here's Garnett with the basketball. Garnett trying to call out the plays as he works the ball over to Rogers. Inside to Dyer, in and out, foul called.
And I tell you right now, Dyer is the go-to guy for Park. Right now, you can see when he's playing with as much confidence he is, he goes ahead and seals up inside and looks to post up as he ended up having Wolf on his back. Wolf right now talking to the ref saying, I was straight up, what'd you want me to do? But again, when a guy's playing like Dyer is, he's going to get those calls when he creates the contact.
With that, Kenny Detmer will get a break. Sean Rockers checks in for McKendree. And also back into the game is Rashad May. He'll spell Andy Wolf. Second free throw is good, and it's a 1-point deficit for the Park Pirates, 21-20. Copeland asking for a timeout, and a timeout is called as McKendree will talk about it. And they will talk about it quickly. 5:11 to play in the first half. We're back right after this.
How would you like to have your own online store for your group or organization? Web Stores is the official outfitter for the College Fans Sports Network. Through a special program designed for college fans, you can offer your group's logo on t-shirts, caps, sweatshirts, bags, blankets, anything you want for your group. Just click the store tab at collegefans.com.
Come check out the College Fans van provided by the Prestige Traveler, quickly creating a crossover class of its own in automotive and recreational travel. See them online at theprestigetraveler.com.
Brad Copeland on the last inbound chance had nowhere to go with the basketball, so he just called a timeout. Now they turn over the basketball, and a blocking foul called on the inside. As on the inside, that was Steppe. He hit his head awful hard on the hardwood.
Well, and that was Steppe. He slid in trying to draw the charge, but Dyer was so quick he beat him to the spot, and all Steppe could do was just try and slide in. He got a lot of contact, but again, when you're moving, it's going to be a blocking foul. And again, especially now we're in double bonus, so this gives Park a lot of confidence knowing anytime they get fouled, they go to the free throw line and can now have a chance to take the lead.
(21-20) our score. Expected a good game. We expected a large crowd. I mentioned earlier over 800 people. I've just been informed after a recount, they now have the fourth largest crowd in Brecken Sports Center history. Over 1,000 people in attendance. They have sold out here at the Brecken Sports Center on this night.
And you got to like it. I mean, coming in here in a small environment, you can get 1,000 people packed into here. And you know, the unfortunate thing is they've got all these extra seats you guys talked about that they can't pull out because of the scorer's table and the benches.
A very compact place, 22-21. Park leads for the first time this afternoon. Kenny Detmer, inside pass and the shot no good. A blocking foul whistled on the inside.
You know what McKendree does so well, you see anybody cutting from the wing, you see another guy here attacking the basket from the top of the key, and you just never know where the attack is coming from. That was Rashad May this time, coming from the top of the key, and it's very difficult when you're playing a trap type defense to be able to rotate and find that guy that you're supposed to be transitioning to. Just great offensive flow.
22-22. Here was a chance for Rashad May to retake the lead for McKendree.
And that's Rashad May, and there's a reason he's only a 46% free throw shooter on the season. If you can take a look, that free throw has some crazy side rotation on it.
We remain tied as Goldeng Deng comes away with the rebound. Fans really getting into this one as Deng had a push-off. Fans in the stands going absolutely crazy over what they felt should have been an offensive foul.
The crowd wanted Deng on a push-off, but the refs weren't going to have any of it at this point.
Rogers to Goldeng Deng, into Rogers. Inside the paint, he'll float it up. He traveled. Turnover, McKendree basketball.
Yeah, Rogers just can't get anything to go his way. He's turned the ball over. He's had shots blocked. He's had an offensive foul called against him right now. He just can't get anything to go his way. And you know, McKendree doing a great job taking the best player for Park and taking him out of the game. But offensively, they've got to get some of those shots outside to fall.
4:21 to play in the first half. We're tied at 22. Detmer swings the pass over to Rashad May. Copeland, nice pass to Steppe. He's double teamed. Shot up and good for Steppe.
Not much you can do there defensively. Again, they like to bring their low post, bring them up high, and once again, it's that quick back cut. I'm surprised Park keeps getting beat on that play because they pretty much, that's McKendree's offense when they get into that half-court set.
Just inside 4 minutes to play in the first half, 24-22, and back to the free throw line is Terrell Dyer. He has spent a lot of time at the free throw line, has Dyer.
Right now, he's taken 8 free throws. He's 7 for 8, and he's going to get 2 more here.
That is his 8th made free throw and his 12th point of the game. He is really relishing from the free throw line.
Well, he's already bettered his average, and his season high is just 16 points. So I think the way he's playing tonight, especially getting to the line as much as he is, he may break that by halftime.
We're tied again, 24 apiece. 4 minutes to play in the first half. It's stolen away by Deng.
Not a very good pass there by Kenny Detmer. He should have known better trying to throw that ball down the floor, especially the way that zone is set up with the 2-1-2.
And back, another errant pass thrown away, this time trying to squeeze it into Rogers. May going back the other way. He is fouled, and May will now have a chance to go to the free throw line as he was fouled by Dyer. That is the 3rd foul on Dyer and the team's leading scorer right now in the first half.
That's a big, big moment here for McKendree. Now you're going to have to see maybe if Herschel Rogers can get started, somebody like that, because somebody's going to have to step up because you can't leave Dyer out there right now when he's playing the best basketball.
May connects. That'll give McKendree the lead back, 25-24.
You know, one thing in this game, you got to like it. Both ends, both teams are so athletic. They're going up after all kinds of blocks. So when shots go up, you see guys just flying through the lane going after rejections. Those are games that you know you've got a lot of athleticism. You're going to see teams getting up and down the court.
3.5 to play, first period. McKendree by a single point. Here's Terrell Dyer. Into Rogers, skip pass. Goldang Deng in the corner. He'll get the pass away. Back to Deng for 3. In and out. It was halfway down the cylinder and came back out. Rebound Rashad May. McKendree wants to push. The lay-in won't go. Copeland tried the tip in. No good. Rebound Rogers.
Look at Rogers just battling in amongst the trees. He went up there against Kenny Detmer and just tore that rebound away. Great, great athleticism, and you know his vertical jump's got to be pretty high.
Terrell Dyer for 2. It's another lead change.
Pretty gutsy here by head coach Klein to keep Dyer in the game.
May back on top is McKendree after the lay-in. That is about our 6th or 7th lead change here in the first half. And they've all come within about the last 6 minutes or so.
And you know, one thing, McKendree's offense, they get away from the ball. They're on the backside wing. Automatically, they see the ball go inside. They are automatic. They just cut. And it's really working out well for them. But you know what? They do it every time, so it's really hard to find your man.
Goldang Dang travels with the basketball to give McKendree the ball with a 1-point lead. 2:16 to play in the first half. Andy Wolf back into the game for McKendree. As Park will send back in Rico Anderson into the contest.
Well, there's a reason I'm not a head coach, but at this point, I don't know if I leave Dyer in the game with 3 personal fouls. You know, you're only down by 1 right now. I think with just over 2 minutes left, you can take him out of the game and still stay in the game and at least get him to halftime. If he picks up that 4th foul, you're going to be in trouble.
Rashad May for 2 points, a 3-point game. On the other side of that, he has 15 of your 26 points. Right now, he is most of your offense, so you got to leave Dyer in the game right now here in the first half. Backdoor pass, it's Rogers wide open. He took a shot fake. Goes back up strong, 2 points. Back within 1 are the Pirates.
That time Rashad May just lost track of Herschel Rogers just long enough.
John Steppe, wide open for 3, missed it. Copeland the rebound. Brad Copeland, triple teamed, his shot no good. Ball batted around, pulled down by Dyer. And now they'll slow it down.
You could really tell Dyer wanted to get out and run again. Good job there by McKendree, keeping them from getting up and down the floor.
29-28, McKendree leads it by 1. Anderson. Inside, Fairley's jumper, partially blocked by Detmer.
And there's Detmer once again wreaking havoc in the middle of the lane.
Swing it around to Andy Wolf. Wolf inside the paint, the lay-in. Good, it's a 3-point lead for McKendree with 50 seconds to play in this first half.
What that ball movement did there, just quickly got it around the perimeter. That opened up the lane, and of course, taking advantage of it was Wolf.
Wheel it into Herschel Rogers. Spinning through the double team of Detmer and Rashad May, but Rogers travels with the basketball. 37 seconds to play in this first half, and McKendree has the basketball.
Pretty tough there for Rogers. Every time he's had the ball underneath, he happens to get double teamed, and when you're trying to split those long arms of the big guys there, unfortunately, you're going to end up starting to shuffle those feet, and that's what he did there.
Andy Wolf to Copeland. A work through the press, and Copeland blocked. He was fouled. I thought we got a clean block, and there must have been some body contact by Travis Fairley. He is whistled for the foul, and Brad Copeland will go to the free throw line.
I'm pretty sure I saw a pretty clean block. I didn't see much for body contact there. But of course, ref's right there on top of it. He makes the call, and an opportunity, a big opportunity here for McKendree. Under 30 seconds to go to increase this lead.
It'll stay at 3 for now. Another opportunity for Brad Copeland.
And Copeland, he's just a 54% free throw shooter. You look at the list, again, 50%, you see 67, 54, 50, going back to 46% free throw shooting. So again, if this comes down to that kind of a contest, Park does have the advantage.
4-point lead for McKendree, and Park can hold on for the final shot if they choose so. 25 seconds to play, first half. 32-28. Work around, trying to work in for a shot with 10 seconds to play. It's Rogers, double teamed. Swings it back out, three-pointer. On the way, no good. It was a beautiful pass, it turned out to be, as they slam it down by Travis Fairley. And now it is turned over, a last-second shot. This one nearly went in. It would not have counted anyways, but a momentum shifter just before the half. 32-30 our score. Park trailing right now, but they may have the momentum right now here at home.
I'd say they'd have a little bit of momentum. You know, an air ball turns into an alley-oop dunk. I tell you, that got the crowd going. And now you're only down by 2. You get Dyer going into the half. You know, you keep him at 3 personal fouls. You're right where you want to be if you're Park.
A sellout crowd here at the Brecken Sports Center, over 1,000 in attendance. Here at the Brecken Sports Center, 32-30 is our score. As when we come back, Adam Mazer will talk to Dr. Michael Droege. He is the president of Park University. We'll have that chat coming up in just after this break. And we'll also have a little bit more on the coaches versus cancer. 32-30, McKendree has the lead at the half.
At a time when sports are heading in the wrong direction, the NAIA is changing the culture of sport. Through the Champions of Character program, with the support of Buffalo Funds, our college students are learning character traits that change behaviors, and they're bringing the message to coaches, parents, and teams nationwide. Visit NAIA.org and learn how your team can become champions of character.
You know what I want? I want to go back to college to get the credits that I need to finish my degree. And then I can build a serious career and start the life that's important to me. That's what I want.
But what do you want for dinner?
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Contact us at Park University and get started today.
Your entree?
Lobster, of course.
Of course.
How would you like to have your own online store for your group or organization? WebStores is the official outfitter for the College Fans Sports Network. Through a special program designed for college fans, you can offer your group's logo on t-shirts, caps, sweatshirts, bags, blankets, anything you want for your group. Just click the store tab at collegefans.com.
And welcome back again. We are at the Droege Center, of course, or excuse me, the Droege Center, Brecken Center. I apologize. We're at the Brecken Center at your half. It's 32-30. But right now, I do have a special guest with me right now. It is the president here of Park University, Dr. Droege, Dr. Michael Droege. And again, we appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, absolutely. What a great game.
It is a great game, and I tell you what, atmosphere, you know, the fourth largest crowd in the Brecken Center history, over 1,000 fans. What more can you say, especially when you got Coaches for Cancer going on?
Right, exactly.
Absolutely. So, okay, well, before turning president, you had an opportunity to be a provost and the liaison before you turned president this year. Just kind of talk about your experiences there with Park University.
Well, it's been a great ride. I came in 2002 as provost and was senior vice president, so I worked very closely with the president throughout all that time, and when she retired last spring, it was a great transition. I was already so into the middle of everything, and we've got great momentum going. The enrollment's up, strategic planning going on, games like this. It's great.
Absolutely. So now when you talk about enrollment, diverse population is one thing you really talk about and look at when it comes to Park University.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got students from all over the world. What's that really bring to this university?
Oh, it brings the global perspective to all of the students. Because students on this campus, for example, can't hardly find a class without people from all over the world. So whatever the topic, they're hearing the perspectives of people from all over the world. Students from 120 different countries. Can you imagine? Nearly 700 international students. But our diversity overall for the entire university is like 42%, and we're very proud of that.
That's very impressive. Now, of course, when you talk about that diversity, how do you really bring that in to that master plan that's really been set in place?
Well, it's focused around providing access for working adults, and Park has a great history of providing the programs that students need. We find out what the needs are, and then we deliver them in locations, at times, and delivery formats that best serve the students. That's why Park has 43 campus centers around the country. Wow. 43 campus centers in 21 states, and then one of the largest online programs in the country, so we're around the world.
Wow, that is rather impressive. Yeah. So now when you talk about all that stuff, what's it really mean for you, and maybe if you had a chance to talk to some of the students, what's it mean to be a part of the Park University tradition?
It's a great tradition. It's a very proud tradition. So everyone is happy to help Park continue Parks began as a self-help college, 1875. And the idea was for students who didn't have the resources to be able to also go to school. And so everyone worked half-time. We still have a lot of work-study students. And so people can have that access. It's great quality. And that's what makes you really proud. When you go to these commencements, Park has 38 separate graduating commencements every year all over the country. And when you go see these students who are their first generation to graduate, they've been in school for a very long time, serving the military, and they're graduating. It's a pretty special feeling.
That's rather impressive. So once again, that is Dr. Droege here. He is the Dr. Droege, of the president here of Park University. Again, thank you for taking the time.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. We like it. So once again, we'll be back with more after this. We got plenty more on Coaches versus Cancer right here on the College Fan Sports Network.
Thank you.
I've made a very big decision. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. I'm going back to school to finish my degree. Now, I might not be able to give you all my attention at times, because I'll have work to do. But at least I'll be able to do it here, at home. All I'm asking from you is that you respect my space.
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Call Park University. Get started today.
You are so cute.
At a time when sports are heading in the wrong direction, the NAIA is changing the culture of sport. Through the Champions of Character program, with the support of Buffalo Funds, our college students are learning character traits that change behaviors, and they're bringing the message to coaches, parents, and teams nationwide. Visit NAIA.org and learn how your team can become champions of character.
How would you like to have your own online store for your group or organization? WebStores is the official outfitter for the College Fan Sports Network. Through a special program designed for college fans, you can offer your group's logo on t-shirts, caps, sweatshirts, bags, blankets, anything you want for your group. Just click the store tab at collegefans.com.
We're back at the Brecken Sports Center, 32-30 our score. at the break. McKendree holding on to a 2-point lead. This is a big day here at the Brecken Sports Center. Over 1,000 in attendance. It is the 4th largest crowd in the history of the Brecken Sports Center. A sellout crowd here. We're pleased to be a part of it. Not only that, coaches versus cancer. We can't talk about this enough on how important it is. And the coaches, all the administration, heck, even us, we got our tennis shoes on here with the nice dress clothes. It is to show the support of the coaches versus cancer and try to help raise cancer awareness.
Absolutely, and you got to like what they're doing at the door. All around the NAIA, and you can talk about NCAA as well. They do a great job recognizing coaches versus cancer and really trying to raise some money, because cancer is such a tough battle, and it takes a lot of money to be able to put into research to find cures for the so many different types of cancers that are out there. So when you can put events like this, get over 1,000 people, and have donations, not necessarily just charge $5, because I know there's people out there tossing $20 bills, $100 bills in, and that adds up quickly, and it's just a great tribute to going back to talking about Jimmy V that you had brought up before, and any and everything else that you can really bring up that can touch people that have, fought against cancer. You can talk about the head coach there of Park University. His mother, as a matter of fact, is a cancer survivor. So, I mean, it touches so many people in so many different ways. So when we can be a part of an event like this, it is truly amazing.
Well, in between games, they had a special ceremony for the coaches versus cancer. It was a very heartwarming. It was a very tough moment for a lot of people here in attendance. They asked for the cancer survivors, and then those who have been affected by cancer, and those who know someone who has been affected by cancer. And there were some tears shed here in between games. It's a very difficult subject matter. And with that, before we get into that at the half, we have this message from the commissioner of the American Midwest Conference, Lowell Pitts.
Those who know someone affected by cancer, would you please arise?
Commissioner of the American Midwest Conference. All across the country this weekend, you will see college basketball coaches dressed in suits wearing sneakers. NAIA coaches of basketball teams will be dressed in suits wearing sneakers. What is the importance of this image? In 1993, the National Association of Basketball Coaches, after hearing the plea and challenge of Jimmy Valvano, who was fighting cancer, decided to establish the Jimmy V Foundation. Its purpose, to fight cancer. Nearly $25 million has been received as a result of basketball coaches joining in this effort. Each AMC women's and men's basketball team will sponsor an event to raise money to fight cancer. This basketball game tonight between Park University and McKendree University is just one of those events. The motto of this foundation is, don't give up, don't ever give up. Contributions received through campaigns by NAIA basketball events like this one will be deposited into an account set up by the NAIA for the American Cancer Society. On a personal note, my wife is a cancer survivor. What a blessing. You can make a difference by joining in this effort.
And a nice message there from the commissioner of the American Midwest Conference, Lowell Pitzer. We appreciate him, the conference of Park University, for sharing that with us so that we could relay that message to you. And Adam, as you listen to that, you just sit back and you think about all of the people who have been affected by cancer, whether you know them or not. It's a tough battle. Great thing they're doing today. At the door, give as much or as little as you possibly can, and try to help this cause.
Absolutely, and and I know there's many people out there that have been around it, whether it's friends or parents or especially any kind of loved ones. It doesn't matter at what level. And when it hits you, and when you see somebody going through it and trying to fight, sometimes you just sit there and you think about it. And you wonder, I mean, what if that was me? I mean, how many people have I touched in the right way to where they would be there for me and they would help? So, I mean, it just really makes you think and cherish life just that much more.
And the coaches, the administration, we talked about them wearing tennis shoes today in support of this, trying to help raise awareness. The players, they have shown their support. They all gave donations in between games as well. But also the officials have been supporting this cause as well. All week, they have been using pink whistles as opposed to the normal black whistles, and the pink whistles are a part of the Coaches vs. Cancer. It's an all-week thing that goes on every single year, trying to raise money. You get a good look at tennis shoes there that they're wearing, and there's the officials. I don't think we can quite see one of those pink whistles. There's one on the right side,
there
but
it is.
The officials, pink whistles here for this. So it's really neat to see everybody involved in this effort to raise awareness for cancer.
Absolutely. I mean, there isn't a person out there that isn't touched. So anytime you see pink, I mean, it doesn't matter at what level of sport or any sport for that matter, everybody recognizes it anywhere from you can talk about breast cancer to brain cancer to lung cancer, prostate cancer, pancreatic cancer. There are just so many out there. And anybody from being just a little toddler all the way up to into your elderly years is touched by it. So you've been around it enough to understand that it touches everybody's life. So when we can be a part of an event like this that comes in and brings the people out to recognize just a terrible, terrible disease, it's just one of those great moments where you can sit back and just feel all the emotion that's involved.
Oh, a great cause and a great basketball game through 20 minutes of play. We have a good one here at the Brecken Sports Center, 32-30. The score at the break as McKendree holding on to a 2-point lead. Your second half action is coming up next.
At a time when sports are heading in the wrong direction, the NAIA is changing the culture of sport. Through the Champions of Character program, with the support of Buffalo Funds, our college students are learning character traits that change behaviors, and they're bringing the message to coaches, parents, and teams nationwide. Visit NAIA.org and learn how your team can become champions of character.
You know what I want? I want to go back to college to get the credits that I need to finish my degree. And then I can build a serious career and start the life that's important to me. That's what I want.
But what do you want for dinner?
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Contact us at Park University and get started today.
Your entree? Of course.
How would you like to have your own online store for your group or organization? WebStores is the official outfitter for the College Fans Sports Network. Through a special program designed for college fans, you can offer your group's logo on t-shirts, caps, sweatshirts, bags, blankets, anything you want for your group. Just click the store tab at collegefans.com.
We're back at the Brecken Sports Center, 32-30. McKendree with the lead as the Bearcats break their huddle, taking a quick look at some stats that really stand out. Right now, no one player on the Park team has more than 3 points besides the 15 points for Terrell Dyer. He has been the team leader, no doubt about it, but he does have 3 personal fouls. He's got to be careful the rest of the way. Also, both teams about the same from the three-point line. 1 of 9 is McKendree, while Park 1 of 11.
Well, and right now there really isn't a lot of difference. Both teams not shooting well. McKendree shooting at 37%, while Park is just under 31% from the floor. So again, both teams in a game like this, when you're really playing scrappy basketball, shooting is going to be down a little bit, and the turnovers, like you see one here, are going to be up.
And this turnover will give Park a chance to tie or take the lead should they choose to shoot a three-pointer. Kyle Roush with the basketball. He'll work over to Goldeng Deng. We saw Roush early, and then he sat a lot of that first half, the second part of that first half.
Well, pretty much he went out with about 5 minutes into that first half, and it was just 3 mental mistakes, and you could definitely tell that head coach Jason Klein was just not happy with his focus.
Here's Roush to the inside. Kicks it out. Big, strong lay-in on the inside, no good. Rebound pulled down by Rashad May. May and the Bearcats looking to push. Here's Eric Hobby. He hasn't been as big of a factor as we expected. Copeland to the inside. He's fouled by Kyle Roush.
Well, when you talk about Hobby as well, he sat most of that first half as well, at least half of it. If I can remember right, we didn't really call his name much there late in that second half. And, when you're just not shooting well, you got to put other players out there that might be able to step up. And, McKendree's deep enough, Park's deep enough, where you can take some of your starters out, leave them down there, let them garner some focus.
And for Park, one of their guys who started to make an impact was Justin Hairston. We saw him go down with an apparent leg injury to the left leg. I've just been informed that he will not return for this basketball game. So Park will have to make do without Justin Hairston for the remainder of this game. No word going further on next week as far as returning to the Park lineup. It's a good thing they are a deep lineup.
It certainly is, because Harrison is very tough to lose. One of your better offensive threats. And you know, when you drop somebody like that, you know somebody has the opportunity to step up.
Here's Roush with the basketball. He'll work it to the foul line. He had it into Herschel. Now Rogers with the basketball. He'll spin to the inside. Rogers is blocked and fouled.
And there's Hobby on the help defense. He did a good job. I don't really think he needed to come up off of his feet. He was in great position. If he just stands there, puts his hands up in the air, more than likely Rogers is just going to spin right into him, pick up a charge, and we're going the other way.
That is the third foul whistle on Eric Hobby here in the basketball game. First in the second half for McKendree.
I guess that would explain why he was probably sitting on the bench in the first half. One of those statistics I kind of overlooked.
Herschel Rogers, we expected more out of him in this basketball game. As he misses a free throw here, that is his second missed free throw of this basketball game. And for Rogers, he has just 3 points here through the first half. In the first minute of the second half, he does have 8 big rebounds.
Oh, he's been working hard defensively. He's just kind of getting frustrated on the offensive end, you know, thinking maybe he got fouled, maybe he didn't on certain situations. And then, you know, he's just not feeling comfortable either from the line or attacking the basket.
Kenny Detmer's pass is tipped right to Eric Hobby. Hobby, top of the circle for 3. Got it. 36-31, a 5-point lead for the Bearcats.
And that's Rogers. He got sucked in a little bit deep on that penetration. And then, you know, Hobby was just looking to set up the offense. Rogers never came out on him. Leaves him wide open. He's too good of a shooter to do that.
Here's Goldeng Dang with the basketball. Quick pass to the inside. 2 points is good for Fairley.
Great body control by Fairley. He's worked the baseline against Hobby, and then he just stopped, came to that jump stop, was able to put a shot up. It was uncontested, and he knocked it down. Big bucket.
Travis Fairley needs to be good here in the second half. We expect to see a lot of him with the injured Justin Hairston. Copeland, the right-handed hook is up and good, and 5 points now for Brad Copeland.
And, you know, it just took a little fake towards the baseline to open that middle of the lane up, turned around, gave it a little baby hook, knocked it down. Good work on his part. Just that simple little fake opened everything up.
Park with the basketball. Work to the inside, it's loose. Kenny Detmer steals the basketball away.
Well, the credit has to be given there to Rashad May. He stepped out in that passing lane, got a hand on it.
Here's Wolf to the inside, off the glass and good. McKendree on a little run, a 7-point lead for the Bearcats, and a timeout on the floor. 17:05 to play in the second half. It's 40-33. McKendree a 7-point lead. Park wants to chat about it.
I've made a very big decision. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. I'm going back to school to finish my degree. Now, I might not be able to give you all my attention at times, because I'll have work to do. But at least I'll be able to do it here, at home. All I'm asking from you is that you respect my space.
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Call Park University. Get started today.
You are so cute.
At a time when sports are heading in the wrong direction, the NAIA is changing the culture of sport. Through the Champions of Character program, with the support of Buffalo Funds, our college students are learning character traits that change behaviors, and they're bringing the message to coaches, parents, and teams nationwide. Visit NAIA.org and learn how your team can become champions of character.
Of its own in automotive and recreational travel. See them online at theprestigetraveler.com.
We're back at the Brecken Sports Center out of the timeout. 40-33. McKendree has opened up to a 7-point advantage. Kyle Roush with the basketball. I'll work it around to Rogers. Into Roush, found a lane for a second. It closed off by Detmer, but Roush's shot fake and got 2 points.
This time it was well developed up there as you started with Rogers down on the low block. Unable, basically all he ended up doing was just come out, set up, base catch the ball, and there was just a little slip there by Roush.
Loose basketball, an offensive rebound after the missed shot, and a foul on the floor. I believe Andy Wolf is the guilty party, grabbing a hold on the inside, and it is indeed Wolf.
Well, that was Derek Howard getting the rebound, but you got to give the credit there to Kyle Roush. He was the one that kept that alive and was able to bat that ball into his hands, and that's what created the foul situation.
16:32 to play in the game. 40-35. Here's Rogers out to Howard. Howard one-on-one with Pettiford, and he'll give the basketball off to Dyer. Now they'll swing it around to Roush and Howard. Dyer to Roush in the inside. 2 points for Kyle Roush. And it's 40-37. Back within 3 are the Park Pirates.
Beautiful pick and roll there. And then Roush just slipped down. And then when you get a big guy that stands at 6'10" all by himself on the low block, not too many times they're going to miss it.
We're inside 16 minutes to play in the second half. Harrington Pettiford is passed to Copeland. They'll swing it around to Hobby. Into the big man, Kenny Detmer. His shot off the glass, in and out, back in.
This time McKendree did find the mismatch. Detmer was matched up against Dyer, and he's going to take advantage of that situation every time.
Copeland sends the pass ahead. Rashad May, lay in, yes, 44-37.
Well, there's Roush, and you know, I remember watching Park. They were practicing earlier, and you could tell that Coach Klein is not happy with no-look passes, and there was one by Klein, and it just cost him 2 points at the other end.
Played 5 minutes in the second half. McKendree has been on a couple of runs. They led by 7 twice. They currently lead by 7. Here's Rogers over to Howard. Derek Howard get a back off, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Howard inside the paint, the lay-in too strong. Kenny Detmer the rebound.
Well, you got what you wanted there. You got a free lane into the basket, but again, when you're missing layups and you're down by 7, things could really get out of hand.
Ball stripped away by Rogers. Rogers looking to push. Does not have numbers, and he is fouled as Rogers.
There's Rogers. You know, for being a pretty small guy in this day and age of basketball, he really likes to battle hard inside. And this time he did a great job showing off his quick hands and then attacks, you know, and then he draws a foul here. Kind of one of those fouls that you don't really need to see happen because there weren't numbers there for Park. So kind of a lucky break here, and now Park sets it up.
44-37. Here's Rogers. He'll work to the right side. Hands it off to Dyer. Back out Howard. Park looking to cut into this lead. The deficit for the Pirates is 7. Here's Rogers. He's spinning around. 10 seconds to work in a shot for the Pirates. Lost the basketball to Dyer. Pettiford away with it. 3-on-2 break. Pettiford strong to the inside. He's fouled by Kyle Roush.
Well, and again, that is just great patience by McKendree on the defensive end. They just waited for the opportunity, especially working that weave on the top of the key. And this time they were able to get their hand in the passing lane, get the turnover, and get the opportunity at a transition bucket. Didn't get it, but a chance now at the line where, you know, you'd like to see them be a little more successful.
And this is a game where we knew it'd be a good game, and it certainly is. It's 45-37, but right now Park's starting to make some mistakes that is allowing McKendree to pull away. They really need to keep this close. They don't want McKendree to get out to a big lead and very confident.
Yeah, you don't want to see that get into double digits because right now Dyer's not able to do a whole lot. We haven't seen much here in the part of Rogers as well. So now all of a sudden you see checking back into the game. Here's Tyler Price. Maybe he had a big three-pointer there in that first half. Maybe he can knock one down here early in the second half to get this momentum back towards the Pirates' direction.
Through the first 6 minutes of the second half, it has been all McKendree. 46-37, the Bearcats have the lead. Here's Rogers. Swing it around to Dyer. Dyer had 15 first-half points, and he's too strong on the lay-in there. Copeland the rebound. That is his 10th rebound of this basketball game.
And that was Dyer just forcing up too much. He's going in amongst the trees, and he didn't have any kind of an open look, and now you get a free opportunity here for McKendree.
Sean Rockers. Shot no good. A rebound pulled down by Park. Here's Dyer. Strong to the inside. Tried to pass it. There's Rogers. Rogers saw that pass at the last second.
Lucky break there. And, you know, I'd like to see Dyer maybe stop and take that mid-range 12 to 15-foot shot. If he takes that shot, maybe he has a better opportunity to knock it down and use the glass.
Garnett hands the pass off. They'll swing it around to Rogers. Rogers to the inside, working past Eric Hobby. And it's a two-point lay-in for Eric Hobby. And a timeout taken by Park. 46 to 39 our score, 13:05 to play. We'll take a break. McKendree holding on to the lead.
You know what I want? I want to go back to college to get the credits that I need to finish my degree. And then I can build a serious career and start the life that's important to me. That's what I want.
But what do you want for dinner?
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Contact us at Park University and get started today.
Your entree? Of course.
How would you like to have your own online store for your group or organization? WebStores is the official outfitter for the College Fans Sports Network. Through a special program designed for college fans, you can offer your group's logo on t-shirts, caps, sweatshirts, bags, blankets, anything you want for your group. Just click the store tab at collegefans.com.
From border to border and coast to coast, check out the College Fans NAIA Game of the Week and the mobile broadcast unit by Wells Cargo. With a Wells Cargo behind, you never look back. Wells Cargo, 800-348-7553.
46-39, McKendree with the lead out of the Park timeout as Coach Klein wanted to chat about it with his Pirates after the made basket. They need to get momentum back on their side. We're through 7 minutes of the second half, and McKendree has controlled most of the momentum since the start of the second half. Hobby into the action. 3 more points, the largest lead of this game. It's now 10 points.
That was all created off breaking that press, and then again, Park just trying to get back and try and do a better job of condensing their defense, leaving him wide open around the top of the key.
After the missed shot, McKendree a chance to add to its double-digit lead. 12.5 to play in the game. Detmer to John Steppe, who was ice cold in the first half, and he misses. Rebound Rogers. Rogers is nearing that 10-rebound game for the Pirates. He'll whistle a bounce pass in, and the lay-in is good. A nice two-point lay-in for Travis Fairley.
Good job by Rogers working his way towards the baseline, creating a better passing lane. But again, you've got to like the awareness there to be able to work back into the middle and then create a better passing lane as well to help Rogers out.
Hobby looking for his third three-pointer of the second half, and he got it.
Well, Hobby right now is on fire here in the second half. You know, he had a long time to sit and think about that first half in foul trouble. Comes out and he's now knocked down those 3 three-pointers and really starting to open this game up.
Is in double-digit scoring is Eric Hobby, the team leader. And now a three-point chance for Price. It's no good. He is fouled. And Tyler Price will go to the free throw line. He'll shoot 3 of them.
Well, that's also important because now Hobby picks up his third personal foul. He's going to have to go to the bench. And now this is an opportunity to get this back to single digits. And also now you got the best shooter from McKendree going to have to sit down for, quite some time.
And the first is good. This is a big chance to try to crawl back into this game. It's starting to get away from Park. They need a little momentum run. They need to get this crowd back into this basketball game the way they were when they left the floor at the end of the first half.
Well, absolutely. But, once Dyer's gone out of the game, they've kept Rogers out of sync offensively. Rogers doing a great job defensively, but he's not able to do anything offensively. Right now in the second half, nobody's really able to take control, and that's really what they're waiting for right now.
52-44. After 3 made free throws by Tyler Price. Nearly a loose basketball. The pass was tipped, but Andy Wolf was there. Wolf back to Pettiford. Into Detmer, back out. They'll swing it around. Wolf to John Steppe. He continues to struggle from the field. Rogers the rebound, and Rogers is fouled. And I think they will get Brad Copeland. No, they will get John Steppe with a foul.
All right, now Rogers obviously has 10-plus rebounds. So again, that's important. You like the idea there of trying to push it as well.
11:17 to play in the second half, 52-44. McKendree and Coach Harry Statham, what a timeout. We'll take a break as well. We come back. It is an 8-point advantage for the Bearcats.
I've made a very big decision. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. I'm going back to school to finish my degree. Now, I might not be able to give you all my attention at times, 'cause I'll have work to do. But at least I'll be able to do it here, at home. All I'm asking from you is that you respect my space.
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Call Park University. Get started today.
You are so cute.
At a time when sports are heading in the wrong direction, the NAIA is changing the culture of sport. Through the Champions of Character program, with the support of Buffalo Funds, our college students are learning character traits that change behaviors, and they're bringing the message to coaches, parents, and teams nationwide. Visit NAIA.org and learn how your team can become champions of character.
52-44, McKendree with the lead out of their timeout. Park will have the basketball as the Pirates right now, Adam, they're looking for some kind of a run.
Well, right now, I don't think they're going to get it from outside that three-point arc. They're going to have to do a good job. They did get into a pretty good offensive flow, working off of back cuts from the backside. We'll see what they can get here.
Rogers strong on the inside, working against the taller Brad Copeland. He'll draw the foul on Copeland, Will Rogers, and go to the free throw line. Nearly had the bucket, just not enough to get over the rim.
Well, and that's pretty tough. When you look at the size disadvantage there, Copeland comes in at 6'7". Rogers only stands in there somewhere, I do believe, right around that 6'1" range. So when you're giving up that much, it's really got to be difficult to get that ball through his arms, especially that slows your momentum down. So again, you got to show a lot of confidence going to that lower block, trying to go up against a big guy.
Rogers at the free throw line. He made the first free throw. His second one is good, and now the last 5 points for the Pirates have come by way of the free throw.
And that's important right now. Free throws are important, and if like we talked about earlier, they get this back into a free throw shooting contest, they're going to be right there in this game.
The inside is Detmer. His shot no good. But he is fouled, and Detmer will now go to the free throw line.
That was Herschel Rogers picking up his first personal foul. That's Detmer going to the line. He's a 65% free throw shooter this year. Again, that is Park not giving up a lot of easy buckets and trying to make the Bearcats earn every point from that charity stripe.
10:54 to play in the game. Nearly midway through the second half. And right now it seems all the momentum is with McKendree. Perhaps Park will get that late momentum shift.
Well, Park's hanging around a little bit right now, and again, offensively, it's pretty much trying to get the ball into Rogers, or Dyer's attacking the basket and trying to get a bucket inside or going to the line. We'll see if they can't get something else going, but again, credit the Bearcat defense really forcing the issue against Park.
Park has been silent from the field for a minute and a half. Need to work in a shot, and they get the chance, and the second effort on the tip in by Travis Fairley.
And this time it was Dyer attacking the basket, drawing the defense, and that's just Fairley finding another spot, working away from the ball. You know, works underneath that low block, gets the handoff, misses the first shot, but again goes up against the second one.
Bucket and the foul as Pettiford found his way to the inside. He got the lay-in, and he was fouled by Price.
That is Harry Statham. That is his staple offense. You bring both bring both players up to the high post, and it's just great guard work coming off, setting your guy up, working the back pick. They run it so well. We've seen it all game long. Yet another missed free throw here for McKendree. Park really going to have to find answers.
Chance to capitalize with Rogers. Backdoor pass. Dyer to the inside. He's blocked by Kenny Detmer.
And again, once you leave your feet and you're under the basket, you've got no choice but to go up with it. And when you're going up against a guy the size of Detmer, you are not going to get the call inside there.
Saw Klein in the background. Coach Klein, he was very upset, pleading his case to the officials, saying, hey, they're getting that call on the other end. We got to get it down here. And now a loose basketball to stay with Park.
And Coach Price gave Tyler Price an earful there, telling him get the ball out of the corner. We need ball movement. We're too stationary right now.
Here's Price, and they'll work it around. 10 minutes to play. We're midway through the second half. 56-48.
Well, you can see Park there working so hard to get Tyler Price coming off those high picks as another block inside by Detmer.
Well, Detmer's going to get a lot of those blocks as he is working against the shorter Rogers. Rogers trying to do what we said he could do and take over a basketball game.
Now, and he is trying right now, but when you're going against that kind of size, it's very difficult to get a good shot off.
With one, the shot clock nearly expired. He got a shot off just in time, and now the ball will stay with Park as Jan30 was standing on the baseline when he touched it. They'll reset the shot clock. Big break for Park.
It's a huge break right now. When you're down by 8 points, we've broken that 10-minute barrier. They got to find a way to get an easy bucket, and this is it.
Fairley got it in a foul call. They'll go to the line, a chance for a three-point play.
That was set up so well. They wanted to get the ball out into the corner, and then Fairley's done a great job in this second half of slip screen, and comes up, picks the head screen, then he just slips down real quick. Great recognition by Rogers to get the ball to him real quick, like he goes up strong, shows off some athleticism getting that bucket off the glass.
That is the fourth foul on Brad Copeland. He will exit the game. Sean Rockers into the game for Copeland, and Copeland, the team's leading rebounder right now, as he has 10 rebounds here in this basketball game. He is now sitting on the bench.
We might be starting to see a little bit of a transition here, maybe in favor of Park right now, but unfortunately turned the ball over.
Offensive rebound and then turned over, a big miscue by Dyer. Here's Detmer, back over to Steppe. Inside Rockers, turnaround jumper, it is good. 2 points for the sophomore, and it's an 8-point lead.
Well, that's Rockers again, just taking advantage. You saw inside there, great job trying to go up for the block, but when you're trying to get up that quickly, Rockers just does a great job with his size going up over the top of the smaller Rogers.
Terrell Dyer in the corner. Tyler Price back to Dyer. A work around, 9 minutes to play. 58-50. Long pass into Fairley, off his right mitt, now to play McKendree basketball.
And that's a tough break. Fairley did a great job sealing inside. He had Detmer on his backside, but unfortunately, again, we've seen that a couple times with Park taking their eye off the ball just a little too soon, and another turnover.
Just when they had the bucket and the foul, they missed the three-point play opportunity, and now momentum back to McKendree. That was maybe a missed chance at taking away this momentum.
Well, you're talking about a 4-point turn, or about a 5-point turnaround as we see a turnover here. It could have been a 5-point game. Now it slips up to 8, but they get a break with this turnover.
Rockers travels with the basketball. It'll be Park basketball, 8:36 to play.
Now you get into this point again now with Park, just over 8.5 minutes to go, like you had said. We'll see if they try and get the ball to Dyer. Maybe Dank can catch a break outside, knock down a big three. He's got one in this game. They got to do something from outside that perimeter.
Here's Golding Dang deep in the corner. Swing it around. Dyer wants a three-pointer. It's off of the mark and out of play. 8:21 to play in the second half, 58-50. McKendree with the lead and the basketball. Rockers. He'll send it in to John Steppe. Baseline lay-in for Andy Wolf is good.
And that's just great work, as he obviously had his man, and that quick first step is all he needed to get to the baseline. Obviously with that transition defense, nobody helping down low.
Here's Rogers at the foul line. Back out, wide open three-point opportunity, not taken. Fairley inside to Rogers, hit from behind by Kenny Detmer, and the foul is whistled against Detmer.
Yeah, Detmer did get a little bit too much body contact inside. And being a small guy, as Rogers does a great job sealing, keeping him on his backside, not letting him slide to his side to where he can really get into that passing lane.
Coach Statham was not happy about that foul. He's asking how many timeouts do I have? Trying to get that figured out, and he does have 3 timeouts remaining. Park rather has 2.
Now both of them you saw early on in that first half, they both ended up using 30-second timeouts. We'll see if those come back to haunt either one.
Harry Statham asked how many timeouts he had. They told him, and he's going to take a timeout. That is the 4th used timeout by McKendree. 7:54 to play in this basketball game. It's a 9-point lead for the Bearcats, 60-51.
How would you like to have your own online store for your group or organization? WebStores is the official outfitter for the College Fans Sports Network. Through a special program designed for college fans, you can offer your group's logo on t-shirts, caps, sweatshirts, bags, blankets, anything you want for your group. Just click the store tab at collegefans.com.
Come check out the College Fans Van provided by the Prestige Traveler, quickly creating a crossover class of its own in automotive and recreational travel. See them online at theprestigetraveler.com.
Back at the Brecken Sports Center, 60-51 our score, 9-point lead for McKendree. Trying to discuss what they need to do for the final 6 minutes, and Statham taking it's a timely timeout for Harry Statham.
Well, it is at this point right now. You know, you don't want to. You got two of your better players in Copeland, and of course, Hobby's out as well with in foul trouble. So that's one thing we got to really keep an eye on with those two players on the floor, and you still hold off the floor, and you still hold a 9-point lead. That really spells trouble here for Park. They really need to get an answer within the next couple minutes.
Herschel Rogers, he has a double-double in the game, 11 points, 11 rebounds.
You can tell he really plays with a lot of heart, and it really shows up on the defensive end, battling for boards. He battles up against the big guys, knowing that they're just a little bit undersized.
Terrell Dyer had 15 first-half points. He still has 15 points. They need him to get hot. As Rogers has gotten hot, he steals it away here. Rogers kicks it out. Now they'll find Goldang Dang in the corner. Swing it around. Derek Howard with the basketball. 7:30 to play in the second half. Inside to Rogers. Backing down, Kenny Detmer. Nearly lost the ball. A lot of contact, no call. Rebound, Sean Rockers.
There's a time and a place where you need to understand you can't go up for tough shots like that. You got to be able to kick it out, work it around, come off of a pick, and maybe pick up an easy layup.
A 10-second violation against the Bearcats.
And you can tell right now, Coach Harry Statham's looking up. There's 26 seconds on the shot clock. How can that be a shot clock violation when there's still 1 second? You know, 35-second shot clock. He's got a pretty good point.
They had a 9 seconds came off the shot clock, and they whistled a 10-second backcourt violation against McKendree, and Statham not happy. He has been up in arms over the last couple of calls by these officials. Goldang Dang inside the paint, the jumper, good. And Park capitalizes on the turnover. They're back within 6.
You know, that's one thing we have not really seen from Park is that mid-range jumper attack and then stop. And Dang this time hasn't had a lot of success outside, so he attacks the basket, steps back, and, you know, wide open jumper, knocks it down, big bucket.
After the made bucket, Goldang Dang picks up his first foul. That is number 5 on the Park Pirates. Andy Wolf races past Goldang Dang, and they'll work it around. Pettiford trying to break free. Here's John Steppe. 15 on the shot clock for McKendree. 6.5 to play in the ballgame. Trapped is Wolf. He'll skip the pass. Steppe into Detmer. 7 on the shot clock. Loose ball, it's out of bounds with 5 seconds on the shot clock for the Bearcats.
Well, and right now you can tell even the bench here over on McKendree's side really upset that they're not getting many calls. Park has picked up the defensive intensity. They're doing a lot of arm barn, you know, really trying to create some problems, and it's frustrating the Bearcats.
Copeland and Hobby are into the game, both with 4 personal fouls. Here's a shot for Hobby. He has 3 3-pointers in the game, no good. Copeland with his 11th rebound, back up strong, no good. He is fouled by Travis Fairley.
Well, Fairley came up over the top, swiped over the ball, and they're going to get him with the body underneath. Unfortunate break there. He did get all ball, but he must have caught some body underneath. Now this is an opportunity here for Copeland. Got to have these free throws as this is only a 6-point game.
Foul number 3 on Travis Fairley. 6:16 to play. McKendree has had the lead throughout this entire second half, and every time Park seems to be shifting momentum, McKendree finds a way to take it back.
Well, and I think that just shows you where this team is at mentally. When you can battle hard, you know, you see a run, but you can bounce back, and they just know exactly what to do. But obviously, a lot of credit goes to head coach Harry Statham as well to keep these kids focused, and he calls the timeouts at the right time, too.
Big rebound there by Fairley as Rogers working on the offensive end. Swing it out to Howard, back into Rogers. Rogers spinning, forcing the shot, no good. He'll get his own rebound. Second effort, no. He is fouled. There was a lot of contact And finally, a whistle will stop play with 5:56 to play in this basketball game, 61-54.
And that's McKendree recognizing as soon as they saw that kick out by Rogers and they went right back into him, you saw the triple team come down, and Rogers showing a lot of strength inside against Detmer and other arms once he got triple teamed.
And Rogers misses his third free throw of this game.
And again, you can't be giving points away now under 6 minutes to go. Points right now are at a premium, and when you give them away at the free throw line, especially with McKendree's size inside, it's very important.
To make it a 6-point game. Yes, Herschel Rogers. So McKendree will bring the ball up the floor, and Carrington Pettiford. Pettiford up to Detmer, has it poked away, and the ball will stay with McKendree.
Well, now you got to look look and see what Park really brings out. They're going to bring a lot of pressure man-to-man. So again, those back cuts are going to be very important for the Bearcats.
5:46 to play in the basketball game. 61-55. McKendree has the lead. They want a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. The Bearcats lead it by 6.
I've made a very big decision. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. I'm going back to school to finish my degree. Now, I might not be able to give you all my attention at times, because I'll have work to do. But at least I'll be able to do it here, at home. All I'm asking from you is that you respect my space.
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Call Park University. Get started today.
You are so cute.
How would you like to have your own online store for your group or organization? WebStores is the official outfitter for the College Fans Sports Network. Through a special program designed for college fans, you can offer your group's logo on t-shirts, caps, sweatshirts, bags, blankets, anything you want for your group. Just click the store tab at collegefans.com.
This game is being produced from a Wells Cargo trailer. At over 40 college campuses around the country this year, check out the mobile broadcast unit by Wells Cargo. With a Wells Cargo behind, you never look back. Wells Cargo, 800-348-7553.
61-55, the Bearcats of McKendree with the lead. They have the basketball. Eric Hobby will send the pass into Andy Wolf deep in the backcourt. 5:40 to play in this basketball game. McKendree, they control the ball, the lead, the momentum. Here on the road at the Brecken Sports Center, Herschel Rogers steals it away. Rogers, big spin move, and the lay-in is good for Herschel Rogers.
Rogers, great recognition defensively, knowing that bounce pass is going inside. Snuck in, uses his quickness underneath, takes it coast to coast.
14 points for Herschel Rogers. 11 of those have come in the second half. Wolf, wide open. He's covered up at the last second, but Andy Wolf gets it to go in over the top of Travis Fairley.
And that's Hobby. Great recognition, utilizing that angle pass. Goes backside, just great work.
Rogers nearly lost the basketball, able to hold on. And now we'll work to the inside. Rogers, the lay-in is good. He worked right around Kenny Detmer.
Well, he just gave him that simple ball fake inside and then switched it over quickly to his left hand. You know, he's really trying to take this game over here for the Pirates.
Back within 4 are the Pirates, 63-59. 4:35 to play in the game. Detmer nearly lost it. The long wingspan hauls the ball back in. Pettiford in the paint, back to Andy Wolf. No answer. Eric Hobby the rebound. Hobby blocked by Travis Fairley. It'll stay with the Bearcats.
Well, in an important possession now, McKendree does get that backside offensive board. Now he's got a fresh 35 seconds, work some clock here. We'll see if they don't try and continue to pound it inside.
Andy Wolf with the basketball. He'll work around. Pass tipped right to Eric Hobby. Wants another three. Rebound, Herschel Rogers, and Rogers wants to run with the basketball. He doesn't have numbers. Swings it out, wide open, shot fake, baseline dribble. 2-point basketball game, 63-61.
Well, Hobby had to be careful underneath. He couldn't go contest that. If he steps out of the game, you know you're in a world of trouble. And the coach over here head coach Jason Klein, he wanted over and back, but you got to have all 3 points.
It's loose, it's stolen away. Terrell Dyer, his first points of the second half, and we're tied at 63. 3:35 to play in the second half. Timeout, Harry Statham and the McHenry Bearcats. The momentum back onto the side of the home team here at the Brecken Sports Center. 63-63, 3:30 to play when we come back.
I've made a very big decision. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. I'm going back to school to finish my degree. Now, I might not be able to give you all my attention at times, because I'll have work to do. But at least I'll be able to do it here, at home. All I'm asking from you is that you respect my space.
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Call Park University. Get started today.
You are so cute.
At a time when sports are heading in the wrong direction, the NAIA is changing the culture of sport. Through the Champions of Character program, with the support of Buffalo Funds, our college students are learning character traits that change behaviors, and they're bringing the message to coaches, parents, and teams nationwide. Visit NAIA.org and learn how your team can become champions of character.
And look at the pirate of the mascot of Park as they are back in the game. Well, the Pirates 63-63, and this crowd has really gotten back into this game.
I tell you, and Park has done it their way, off of turnovers, getting some transition points, and now you can definitely tell this defensive intensity's picked up. McHenry's got to stick to their game plan, and ball movement is important.
To the inside, Pettiford, he's blocked by Fairley. Offensive rebound. Steppy for the lead. Buried the three-pointer, his first of the game at 66-63.
You know, he struggled all game long, but if you saw right before he called for it, he's got a lot of confidence, and he asked for it, and he got the ball wide open.
And a two-point answer for Goldang Dang, 66-65. 3 minutes to play. Defensive chance. Ball poked away by Rogers. It'll stay with the Bearcats.
And again, the quick hands are shown off there by Park, really creating havoc. I mean, you're going to have to see McHenry now utilize the ball fake even a little bit more here, especially with the active hands here of Park.
And a foul on the inside.
Good work this time there. I do believe that was on the part of Andy Wolf attacking the basket. Did a great job, saw a little crease and took it inside. Now we have a foul. That is on Fairley. So now Fairley picks up his fourth personal foul.
And a chance for McHenry to extend the lead with the clock stopped. 1 point more for Andy Wolf at 67-65. Make it a three-point game. McHenry leads it 68-65. Here's Derek Howard and company as they try to bring the ball up the floor, looking for an answer. If they don't get a three to tie, looking for a two-pointer to cut the lead. Here's Howard.
You're going to look at Dyer trying to get the ball into Rogers.
Dyer is fouled by John Steppy. And Terrell Dyer will go to the free throw line.
And again, it's double bonus here for Park. Big opportunity now for Dyer, and you know, held silent here for most of the second half, but he's really picked it up off the momentum that was really created by Rogers, working hard underneath and creating a few steals.
2:34 to play in the basketball game, 68-66. Terrell Dyer can cut this to a 1 point basketball game. He got it.
Oh, here's that trap by Park. Oh, and great job of getting out of that on the part of Pettiford.
John Steppy into Andy Wolf. A lot of contact, no call, offensive rebound. fresh shot clock, and it goes through the hands of John Steppe. Turnover, Park basketball.
Oh, and maybe that's one of those things. Steppe knew it was coming this time, but Detmer maybe threw it just a little bit too hard, goes right through his hands. But at this point of the game, every possession important, and you got to be that much more focused.
And they'll bring out the towel, does Herschel Rogers. Clean up the floor with 2 minutes and 17 seconds to play, 68-67. We mentioned most of this half, the momentum has been with the Bearcats of McKendree, but lately it's been back and forth, maybe more so of the home team in Park.
Well, Park has done a great job. They've just been hanging around, just waiting for that opportunity, and they got it. And now all of a sudden they have a chance to take the lead for the first time in probably since the first half.
Shot no good, second effort no good, but a foul called, and Terrell Dyer to the free throw line again.
And that is just Dyer working hard. You know, we've seen this from Park all game long, trying to battle inside, whether it's their small guards posting up inside or going after offensive rebounds, whether it's whether it's Herschel Rogers or in this case Dyer.
Free throw is good. Terrell Dyer has been not really that great on the season, 55% foul shooter, but today he is 12 of 13 from the free throw line.
And he also has a season high in points as well.
That is 20, and it'll stay at 20. The rebound pulled down by McKendree. We're tied at 68, 2 minutes to play. Pettiford swings it around to Andy Wolf and back to Pettiford.
And you can tell Park has changed their defense up. They don't want to get beat on back cuts, so they've really extended kind of into a 3-2 zone.
Detmer high off of the glass and good for two. McKendree back with the lead.
All the credit goes to McKendree's ball movement on offense there.
To tie, yes, Derek Howard on the inside, 70-70, a minute 34 to play in this basketball game. Jason Klein of the Park Pirates, what a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. 70-70, we're tied. Don't go away. The final 90 seconds are sure to be a good one.
You know what I want? I want to go back to college to get the credits that I need to finish my degree. And then I can build a serious career and start the life that's important to me. That's what I want.
But what do you want for dinner?
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Contact us at Park University and get started today.
Your entree? Lobster, of course.
How would you like to have your own online store for your group or organization? WebStores is the official outfitter for the College Fans Sports Network. Through a special program designed for college fans, you can offer your group's logo on t-shirts, caps, sweatshirts, bags, blankets, anything you want for your group. Just click the store tab at collegefans.com.
And they asked for a whiteout here at the Brecken Sports Center. Plenty of showed out. They didn't quite get the whiteout they hoped for, but they did get they got snowy in spots here inside the Brecken Sports Center, and they have come out in full force. Over 1,000 in attendance, the fourth largest crowd here at the Brecken Sports Center in history, and they have had a good one. 90 seconds to play. We're tied at 70. Andy Wolf trying to work past Goldeng Dang. Wolf, swing it around. The home crowd, finally something to cheer about here in this second half. Andy Wolf, guarded heavily into Eric Hobby. Hobby working on Rogers, and Rogers the foul.
And you can tell everybody in the gymnasium, with the exception of the McKendree fans and their faithful, wanted to travel. They didn't get it in that instance. Herschel Rogers worked so hard underneath. He picks up the foul. That is just number 2 on him. Big free throws coming up here for the best player of McKendree, and that is Hobby.
1 minute, 10 seconds. Eric Hobby has 9 points. They've all come from the three-point line. Until that point there, it's point number 10.
Well, that's a big free throw here. 1 point lead, minute 10 to go here in this second half. Again, you know exactly what Park's going to want to do. They're going to want to penetrate or try and get the ball inside to Rogers and let him go to work.
The lead is 2 for McKendree, 72-70. 65 seconds to play. Baseline dribble, Dyer. Reverse lay-in. It's loose. Pettiford the rebound. Pettiford to Andy Wolf. Lob pass. Eric Hobby, an alley-oop, and it's a 4-point lead.
Oh, Hobby really wanted it. He worked his way out the left side, and a good work there by Wolf getting the ball up high, and he threw it down.
Shot fake for Derek Howard. 44 seconds to play. Here's Dyer. Dyer picked up his dribble, looking for help. Goldeng Dang. Park needs to move quickly. Dang out to Rogers. Shot fake. He'll pull up to the elbow. The jumper is good. Cut the lead in half. 74-72. 31 seconds to play. Timeout on the floor. This is the final timeout of regulation as Jason Klein has taken his timeout. It'll be a minute. We'll take a break. Back with the final 30 seconds right after this.
I've made a very big decision. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. I'm going back to school to finish my degree. Now, I might not be able to give you all my attention at times, 'cause I'll have work to do. But at least I'll be able to do it here, at home. All I'm asking from you is that you respect my space.
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Call Park University. Get started today.
You are so cute.
Park with a timeout. It is the final timeout for either team here in regulation. 31 seconds to play. 74-72. McKendree the lead in the basketball.
Well, and you got to look at it from this standpoint. And you saw Dyer when they were down by 2. He attacked the basket, didn't get a very good shot off, turned into that transition alley-oop dunk there for Hobby. Right now, Park is going to, obviously, what they're going to have to do here, they're going to have to come out, and they're going to have to either get that steal or get a foul real quick and kind of extend this game.
McKendree has committed its 10 allotted fouls, 8 fouls committed by Park. And again, no timeouts for either team, and the possession arrow is in favor of Park. The pass in, Andy Wolf. Now to Steppe, they'll go to Hobby. Swing it around, great job to break the press. Pettiford is being mauled, and finally they'll whistle the foul, and Coach Harry Statham is very upset it took that long.
Now, very much so, because, if they'd have waited too much longer, and it almost could have been a traveling violation by Pettiford, but he was getting mauled here by 3 different guys there at Park. Picking up that foul in that instance was in this instance was Terrell Dyer, and now two huge free throws coming up.
23 seconds to play. 2 free throws would make this a 2-possession basketball game. And he got the friendly roll, did Pettiford.
Well, we talked about this early on in the game. Free throws are going to be huge, and McKendree here down the stretch has done a fabulous job of knocking them down and keeping that lead.
The lead is 4. And now Park is going to have to move quickly with 20 seconds to play.
Now remember, there are no timeouts for either team.
Here's Dang. Inside, they'll hand it off in the one-handed jam for Travis Fairley with 14 seconds to play. Passes in quickly to Rashad May, and May is fouled, and May appears to be in a lot of pain with 13 seconds to play.
And if you're Dyer, you absolutely fouled the right guy in that instance. He is only a 46% free throw shooter, is Rashad May. Now we'll see with this injury if he's going to have to come out of the game.
If not, he would shoot the free throws. 13 seconds to play in the basketball game. It's 76-74. And Rashad May is just in a lot of pain on the floor. As you take a look at this game and how we're setting up for the final 13 seconds, we mentioned no timeouts. Both teams were in double bonus. The possession arrow points to Park. There's just a lot going on right now. McKendree, the higher-rated team, and Park, number 24 in the country, but they have shown they can play with the best.
Well, they certainly have, and there's a reason they are undefeated in conference play and in first place. So, again, right now, we are going to see a substitution here, and Rashad May is going to come out of the game. So, and obviously coming back into the game now, that is going to be Copeland, as he'll check into the game as well.
They tend to Rashad May, and he is being helped by both the training staffs from both Park and McKendree, and they're going to get to work on Rashad May as he is up. Good to see him up, but he is not moving under any of his own power.
He's not putting any pressure on that right leg. And again, we saw Park, they lost one of their better players early on in Justin Hairston. And now you're going to see Rashad May. He's probably not coming back just by watching him leave the court. Again, a nice standing ovation for him as he leaves the floor. So now it's going to come down again to these two big free throws. And of course now it is the head coach of the opposite team that has the opportunity to pick whomever's on the floor at that time, because you can't have a substitute coming into the game to shoot free throws. That is a rule change. And now you're going to end up putting Detmer at the line here for McKendree.
And Detmer, a 65% foul shooter on the season. If he makes one, it's a three-point game. Two, it's a two-possession basketball game with just 13 seconds to play. Good. And you could see the relief expression on the face and the body expression of Kyle Detmer.
Now you know head coach Harry Statham's been around a long time. You're up by 3, a double bonus situation. Do you go ahead and foul right now and not give Park that opportunity at the 3?
Make them beat you. Two-possession game, we don't have to worry about it.
Oh, and you saw the big fist pump there by Detmer. Got to get a quick bucket here.
Here's Howard. He'll give it off to Price. Price will spot the 3. It's a tough shot, no good. Rebound Detmer. 4 seconds, and Detmer is fouled by Goldang Dang with 3 seconds to play. And this one is all but over as McKendree appears like they will survive this upset effort by the Park Pirates here at the Brecken Sports Center.
Well, you know, McKendree, like you said before, they hadn't won in this building in the last 4 tries. They come in here knowing Park's going to make a run on him. And when you get up by 11, Park closes the gap, gets the thing all tied up. But just great resiliency here by the McKendree Bearcats.
With 3 seconds to play, a lot of the students are starting to exit the building. Detmer, good on this free throw. He now has 15 points on the evening. 5 players now in double-digit scoring for the McKendree Bearcats. It's a 6-point game. And Park could get one more shot off. It'll be Howard off of the back iron, and that will do it. 80-74. McKendree celebrates, surviving the upset bid of Park, and they remain the lone unbeaten team in the American Midwest Conference as they improve to 17-5 overall, 6-0 in conference play. The Park Pirates fall to 14-7 and 7-1 in the American Midwest Conference. 80-74, the final score. We'll take a timeout. Back with more from the Brecken Sports Center after this.
At a time when sports are heading in the wrong direction, the NAIA is changing the culture of sport. Through the Champions of Character program, with the support of Buffalo Funds, our college students are learning character traits that change behaviors, and they're bringing the message to coaches, parents, and teams nationwide. Visit NAIA.org and learn how your team can become champions of character.
You know what I want? I want to go back to college to get the credits that I need to finish my degree. And then I can build a serious career and start the life that's important to me. That's what I want.
But what do you want for dinner?
The best reason to go back to school is your reason. Contact us at Park University and get started today.
Your entree? Of course.
How would you like to have your own online store for your group or organization? WebStores is the official outfitter for the College Fans Sports Network. Through a special program designed for college fans, you can offer your group's logo on t-shirts, caps, sweatshirts, bags, blankets, anything you want for your group. Just click the store tab at collegefans.com.
Back at the Brecken Sports Center, 80-74 as the McKendree Bearcats, number 7 in the country. They survive number 24 Park here on the road. And Adam, we expected a fantastic game. We certainly got it. When you look at the stats from this game, everything was close. Whether it was shooting percentage, turnovers, rebounds, all of that was close. The big difference in this game, in the second half, Eric Hobby came out and hit 3 big three-pointers. McKendree goes on to make 5 of 18 three-point shots, and Park was just 1 of 10 from the three-point line. That is the difference in this basketball game.
And it absolutely is. You look at it both ways. There were turnovers all over the place for both teams. We saw athletic ability inside, a lot of block shots as well. But again, it did come down to that outside shooting ability. McKendree has it. Park just didn't have it tonight. You can't say enough, though, about Terrell Dyer and Herschel Rogers. The effort those two players gave, especially Dyer first half, Rogers in the second half. Rogers carried him down 11 late in that second half to get him back and tied. I mean, it obviously shows Park there's a reason they're rated in the top 25.
Well, Dyer, he had 15 first half points, just 5 in the second half. They were a big 5. But if you got to be a leader on this team and maybe be more consistent throughout the two halves. Also for Rogers, as you mentioned, good effort today from Rogers, 19 points and 13 rebounds, a double for Rogers. We expected a great game from him. We got more of it in the second half.
Well, we certainly did. And I mean, really, a major turning point in this game, I don't know if you'd call it a turning point, was when Dyer attacked the basket and it ended up, they were only down by 2 with under a minute to go, and he goes for that reverse layup. And again, maybe that should be Rogers' opportunity to go inside. He's done it all game long. Dyer just trying to maybe do just a little bit too much, and then that leads back to the other end, hitting Hobby for that big alley-oop dunk. And right then and there, it was almost panic mode for Park. Not much you can really do. And then, McKendree did what they had to do down the stretch. They knocked their free throws down.
And on the other side from McKendree, 5 players in double-digit scoring here tonight. For the Bearcats, they had some good ones. Hobby came alive in the second half with his 3-point shooting. We had Kenny Detmer. He was good all night long. Brad Copeland got in foul trouble. He did not get in double-digit scoring, but he had 11 rebounds in this basketball game, most of which came in the first half. So all up and down the lineup for McKendree, they were good tonight.
Well, no, another important factor that you really got to take into consideration, really was the fact that when you saw Copeland and, of course, when you saw Hobby go down with that foul trouble, that really was a testament to that. We got to have some other guys step up, and they did increase that lead there midway through that second half, and we were able to just be able to hold on, and then next thing you know, let those guys back out on the court to finish the job, and they did that.
Well, and we saw 2 players go down in this game, Rashad May for McKendree and Hairston for Park. We wish the best for those two. Absolutely. As you just hope they can get back onto the floor next week 100% healthy.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you hate to see that, and I think towards the end there, we did see the injury there up around that hip area there for just lost the player, Rashad May. That's who I'm looking for. So hopefully that's okay. Maybe it's just a little bit of a deep bruise around that hip area, and of course the leg injury on the other side there to Hairston. You just hope for the best, and maybe it's just one of those bruises or just a little sprain or something.
A big thanks to everyone at Park University for allowing us to do this game, helping with everything to get set up for this game. A great turnout tonight, the 4th largest crowd at the Brecken Sports Center in its history. They had over 1,000 fans here tonight asking for a whiteout, and they had plenty of white in the stands tonight. Big thanks to the students who helped out with our broadcast and everyone involved for us here at College Fans. Brandy Benson, Tony Kuchera, Brett Beecher, and Michael Wood. For Adam Mazer alongside me, I'm John Thayer. Thanks so much. Also a big thanks to the sports information directors of both schools. From McKendree, big help from Scott Cummings and Eric Buck. And right here at Park, Steve Wilson. A fantastic job by all of them for helping us out.